Does having an author card on your articles help you rate? So we're going to search, or I already have searched in Google for a few little phrases that are populating articles and news to use as an example to see if when we look at these search results and we go and look at all these news articles, if the ones that are ranking at the top have author cards, and see if the ones, maybe there are some that are ranking at the top, don't have author cards. And so we're going to start with tariff relief. So let's see. Now, we're not actually interested in what we're searching for or like the topic. What we're just trying to understand is why is this ranking above others? So this search result doesn't seem to be giving us any news. Oh, here's top stories. Okay. So we'll go to more news. So let's see. We'll go to this. So this is just a quick little excerpt. There's not really too much on this, which is interesting that it's ranking at the top. So we'll do view page source. And then what was our keyword? Our keyword was tariff relief. 16 times. That's interesting. We'll go back over here. Now, I don't see an author card on this. So this will be just one little tally. We'll do that no, author card doesn't help. So then we'll go over here. We'll see. So here we have a staff or an author card right here, which is interesting. See if there's any more. We'll also see how many times the keyword is being displayed. 4 times. Okay. Is this a news article? This doesn't look like a news article. So then we'll go back over here. So this one has an author card, which is interesting. We can also look and see in their schema, they're listing the author. We'll go validate this just to see what that looks like. So far we have 2 author cards, 1 without. We'll go over here. Got another author card. Then we'll also take a look at the schema. So this one has a little bit more schema to it. We'll use this little tool I have. Let's see, where's author card? News article, headline, image, author right here. Which is interesting. Okay. So then we'll go down here to one more. And then we looks like no author card here. Or that's the reporter. So we'll go and look at their schema. No schema. Interesting. So I don't know if this is their author card, but this does not. Well, it links to a reporter, Bob Larson. That's interesting. But there's no author card like the rest of them. Okay. So we have a 2. without, and then 3 with. Now we'll go and look at this keyword. And then we'll click on this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. And we'll see. Profile. So this one has a link to an author. Let's see if there's any author schema. There is author schema. Okay. So this is one of those continuous articles. So we got an author card there. Let's see, does this one have an author card? Their schema. Does not look like they have. They do have some interesting schema. Wow, they actually got it built out a little bit. There's the author, person, name, NDTV, profit desk. So that's not really a person, which is interesting. We'll go ahead and look at the URL that they linked and see what this actually is. So they have their author card as an entire desk. Well, if we go to the authors, they have authors listed. They have people that write, but they don't have them listed individually, which is interesting. Let's go down here. Okay. We'll go back over here, close that. We'll go back over. That's their profit desk of authors. So here we go. We have another author card. Add AI on Google. What is this? What happens if I click this link? That's interesting. I've never seen that before. So let's see if they have any author schema. Oh, they've got quite a bit of schema. Let's look for. Yeah, they do. Author. They've got both of them right there. We'll go back over here. We'll go this one. Got a little author card. This links to his LinkedIn profile. And then we also have his own little page. A little description. Back to his LinkedIn. Okay. Then we'll go over here by the associate. So this is the team. So again, they don't have the individual author cards. Maybe this because, oh, this isn't their article. This is somebody else's article. I wonder what they did in their schema. Oh, interesting. In the schema, they put. Oh, look at that. In their schema, they put author at person name of the other organization. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. Then we'll do this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got an author card. Continue without supporting. So if we go to this, it takes us to their staff. I wonder what schema they have on here. They have the profile page and then their little description. Then they also have an image object. This is interesting. Same as they have her Twitter, copyright holder, main entity, person. I'm wondering why didn't they include like what school she graduated from? Well, they talk about it, but they don't include it in the schema, which is something else they're missing out on a little bit. So then we'll go over here to the next one. They've got an author card. Let's see if they're doing it their schema. Look at this. Yep, there's the author. And then they also have a list of keywords. I don't understand why they have this tag colon. Is interesting. Do they have video? They could put some video schema on this. No video schema. Interesting. Embedded video, but no video schema. Because you could easily put some more keywords or some more relevant stuff behind this. Let's see. So they have some words right here. Keywords. They did put, that's interesting. I haven't seen that before. So it's a data dash C dash VPD. And then in there they have a keywords colon MP4 URL origin. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. We'll go over here and see if they have an author card. No author card on this either. This is probably why it's ranking. Or no. There it is. He has an author card. No schema though. Interesting. How does their see, this is also super interesting to consider too, is because they have this author card and then on the author's page, you have a list of their most recent articles created. So what you do is, this is like their author page. And then inside of the page, you have their most recent stuff written about, right? Now, every time you come through and you repopulate this, like let's say you're Google, right? And you come through and you repopulate this and you add a new article, every time Google comes by, right, and crawls this, because this is going to be updating really frequently. Every time Google comes by to crawl this, it will find this new URL. And that just gives you another chance to get crawled. Because now, with how these big news organizations post and stuff, I would assume that as they post new stuff, it's more than likely going to get crawled instantly by Google. But having these zones or these constant pages that continuously get refreshed with new URLs, kind of similar to their homepage, probably with news breaking articles, but having these specific author pages too, it's just another hub Google knows to frequently visit because there's going to be new URLs or new content. And so you're kind of going to train Google to come to these author cards quite frequently. And then also, I don't know how often this would happen for news organizations, but his profile, or let's say he writes something and it's not on the front page, or it's just not a main news article, or it's not like a headline, right? Because he has this page, anything that he writes will more than likely get crawled quickly because Google knows to come back and crawl this page. So that's something interesting to think about. We'll go to news. So they have an author card. Let's see. And then same thing for her. Google's going to come back to this specific URL, not because it's an author, right? But because when Google visits this page in this URL, it sees that it's updated frequently. So it will be trained kind of by proxy to come here frequently. And so what's interesting is I would say only 3 or 4 of these articles that are in the top rankings did not have author cards. So if I was to go and try to rank a news organization, or if I was trying to do educational or informational rankings that are blog or article related, I would include author cards on each of them. And I also have those author pages with the most recent articles written by them. Another thing is that if you have video on the page, I would definitely get some video schema in here as well.